So this is the way how I like to draw hands. I like to break it down in like 5 different things: the wrist, the hand, 2 parts of it with the thumb as its own part, and then the fingers, and then the nubs also. So with this kind of, it's just, it takes practice. Really, I would say just go. I like to go on Pinterest for a lot of things. I just look up hand references or just hands in general, and just pick a few hands and just try to draw them out. If you got to like trace it just to copy it to learn it, that's also good as well, because really it's like it's a hand. Like you can't copyright a hand, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, as long as you learn from it and then practice on it and practice on drawing it yourself, it was do good. But I like to break it down like this, like how you see how I broke down the wrist, and then I made a shape out of half of the hand to make the fingers wrap around the thing. That's why I like to keep telling people to learn their shape language, because shapes is really everything in drawing. Once you know your shapes, you really can draw anything. Because once you get the shapes down, all you have to do is just add the detail, and you get better on detail over time, because everybody draws their things different. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody doesn't draw the same, everybody doesn't sketch the same, but once it comes down to like basic shapes and stuff like that, it's really important, because it's like you have to know the rules before you break it, and once you know how things are made, you can do whatever you can do from there. Which is, I'm always a big advocate over, just learning shapes for like beginners. I know it's boring, I know it's tedious, it's annoying, but you just have to do it, because you will get better over time. And then once you get better at that, you start doing stuff like this. Like as you can see with these hands, I'm drawing them the same hand, but just in different angles. But it's still the same. I'm breaking it down piece by piece to make it more easier to understand. So, and I like how this really came out. All these aren't really things coming from my head. These are all things I found on Pinterest. I just found different hands that I kind of like. This kind of remind me of like Jujutsu Kaisen, how they do their domains. So I thought this was pretty good. Or just like a girl just doing this with her hands. So I thought, I don't know, it just seemed pretty interesting to me. And there was a lot of them, so it was a good thing to show how you can break it down. And sometimes you can use lines at the beginning to clip the hands together, which is also a good thing. And with knuckles, it's kind of hard too. I'm not really good with knuckles, so I kind of just draw little sketches that kind of say like there's a bone right there. But that's pretty much about it for that. And these are also hands that I drew. Gonna, time lapse this. Just different hands. I'll just draw many hands doing the same method, so you guys can see the different things that I do with drawing hands. And I think these came out pretty good, and really was just like it depending on the character. If they're big, or if they're female, or they're little, it's literally the same thing. You just make them bigger, or you make them smaller. Like these type of hands can really fit for like, I say like teenage people, so it doesn't really even matter. But these hands look like it can just work for anyone around between like 13 and probably 18, male or female. If you really want to make them stick out to be female, just draw like nails on them, like longer nails, or make it more a softer drawing. So do less hardening strokes and more, single-handed strokes to make it a little bit more softer looking. But other than that, like these hands can go for pretty much anything. And I still kind of suck at hands too, like from memory. So sometimes I do have to find reference to things that I'm looking for, so I'll know. But really, I really just try to remember the thumb. Once you remember where the thumb pretty much is, a lot of hands become a lot easier to draw in different ways, and when they hold things. So that's a good thing to actually practice too, is remember the thumb and where the thumb area goes. But yeah, that's pretty much this is really just a short tutorial, really. Not really a tutorial, but more like an observation video on just like looking at hands. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for this video. But like I said, I'll be making more videos in the future. Just trying to get a lot of this stuff down packed, trying to get all the basics down before I go or deeper into a lot of things. And I'm still learning myself, so literally these videos are helping me, you know. It might be helping you guys, but it's also helping me to get better and stay more consistent in doing a lot of things and learning different things so I can, you know, show you guys how to do it as well. So kind of like a win-win situation. But yeah, you know, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and thanks guys.